What was
Spin
that?
into it. Like, they have like the chairs. It's like the voice, and they like slap the button and they turn.
Right. Are you trying to be...
Right.
Are you trying to be like one of those people that, in those very dramatic TV shows, they turn
Oh,
their
yeah.
chair and then they're like, I've been expecting you.
Yeah, it's like, hello, Mr. Bond. I just can't do that because this dumbass desk is like too close to the ground. I keep smacking my knees against it.
Well, I've been recording this whole time, so...
If
anyone's on YouTube, they could see that. I'm sorry if you're on Spotify. You have probably no idea what we're talking about.
Just imagine an ugly twink sitting in a chair and turning it.
What? No, you are not an ugly twink. You're a beautiful twink.
I was talking about you.
Oh. Wow, I can't believe you just destroyed me there. I can't believe you murdered me.
I can't wait till someone's like, what's a twink?
Oh my god. Hey everybody. Welcome back to the next episode of What Did the Gays Think? I'm Matt Klubeck. Today with me I have the lovely twink. Pat. How you doing, Pat?
I feel great now that I had my coffee. I am ready to get this episode on the road.
Oh my god. All right, Pat. It's December 13th, 2020. Directly after the episode that we just recorded previously.
Yeah, we have not stopped.
We have not stopped. We kept going. It's actually just one long recording, we didn't even take a break.
No, we were just going to cut it in the middle and then distribute it to the masses.
No, we did stop recording. We took a little bit of a potty break in between, in case anyone's interested.
Yeah, so people listening, we recorded, we both took huge shits, and now we're back.
Where's the lie? All right, Pat, what are we talking about?
Today, did you know what today is? Or what number episode we're on?
This should be episode 10, no?
This is our 10th episode. It feels like I've been doing this for years, and we're only on episode 10.
It does not feel like we've been doing this for years. It feels like we've been doing this for 10 episodes.
Okay, maybe. Hey, everyone perceives time a little differently.
That's true. We've all aged a couple decades during COVID, so...
Yeah. So today's the 10th episode, and it's near... This will come out near the end of December, so it's near the end of the year. So this is our special 2020 edition, year in review.
Oh my god.
I'm sure this is the year no one wants to talk about, so we shouldn't even be making this episode, but I feel like it's always good to self-reflect.
Oh,
and
true.
And really understand what happened this year. So I've divided this up into a few segments. We'll start with news and review. We'll go on to movies and music because they're the only two things that have gotten me through 2020 were the movies and music. Besides that, I was suffering.
That's good. Hopefully we don't go through everything that happened in 2020 because it'll be like a novel.
No, the news portion, we're going to do that rapid fire. We're just going to be like,
bam,
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 yep.
And we're out. Yeah.
Kind of like how all my hookups... No.
Kind of like how I'm with every man, every relationship. It's just bam, 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 and then I leave, and they are just wondering, wow,
no,
where did the time go?
Just in case anyone doesn't know, I was joking about the hookup thing. I'm in a committed relationship.
Yes. He is the saint. I'm the whore. We got it. Yeah, that's the dichotomy that works here. So we're going to just go right into the news and review of 2020. We're going to start with the bad news, and we're going to end with the good news.
Oh, good.
Unsurprisingly, I had to look for the good news. All the bad news I just took from memory. The good news I Googled like fun, weird things that happened in 2020. And I found some. So we're going to start with the bad. And my tone's going to get somber.
Yeah, we have to be quiet a little bit, ASMR.
The Australian bushfires.
Oh no.
COVID...
Okay, keep going, sorry.
We're supposed to do this rapid fire. Okay, the Australian bushfires, I think, was the first thing that happened in January, but I could be wrong. COVID-19.
Oh, sad.
Still happening.
Still occurring.
We had several deaths, and they're all very sad. Kobe Bryant died. No. Chadwick Boseman died. No. Ruth Bader Ginsburg died.
No.
Many other people did die, but I feel like those were like the three. I know. They don't end on fun notes, I promise. I found some really nice things that happened.
Okay.
So yeah, a lot of people died, but those were like the three that kind of dominated the news. The impeachment of Donald Trump. Now I want that in bad news because it's indicative of how bad our government was running.
I can't believe that that was this year. I
That we got like a situation in which we had to impeach the president, you know.
can we discuss though how that happened this year and how it got completely overshadowed by everything else?
Yeah, like it's like because I personally thought it's never gonna go through completely. Like he won't actually leave office, but the actual impeachment proceedings did happen this year, and it's wild that it did because I'm just like, right, that wasn't like last year or like 2018. No, it was this
It
year.
felt like it was like 2 years ago.
Yes, it's just time during COVID is warped, wound, twisted, and knotted. I don't know
Oh my
where it
god, this year
ends.
was so long yet so short at the same time. Okay, keep going.
Harvey Weinstein was indicted for rape and sexual assault, which, you know, is
That was
it's good news for everyone else that like his victims, it's good that he was put away.
mhm.
It's just bad because he ran a huge company. He got away with this for so long. And it's once again like a litmus test for this environment that we live in, that men like this, specifically white men, get away with this for so long. So
Oh my
just
god, that's
saying.
a testament to, like people say that the Me Too movement isn't around anymore, or I've seen a lot of people post that.
Yeah.
Um, but like, it's still around. It's kind of been overshadowed by COVID and Black Lives
Yeah.
Matter, and because those are the more recent things. Um, but definitely, when the Me Too movement was a thing back in 2018 and it was more prominent, I think the effects of that are still around, and Harvey Weinstein's thing is a testament to that.
Side note,
Oh,
do y'all remember when this was like, I could not find many articles about this. I found one article about it where Harvey Weinstein was with a woman at some point. I think it was like a lady of the evening. And she said he had like, what's the word? Intersex genitalia.
Harvey Weinstein did?
Had inner, like he didn't have exactly a penis, but didn't exactly have a vagina. I remember this one article about it, and no one else brought it up. It was just discarded, and I can't find if it was true or if it's one of those like just random things that someone said and never got picked up by the news. But that's
Hmm.
interesting, and if I remember correctly, he was asked about it, and he said yes, that's accurate.
What? That's fine though.
2020, just
That
weird.
2020 is has been, and that's fine. I don't care if you have, intersex genitalia. I care if
I
you're a
don't.
piece of shit who's raping
Yeah,
people.
I just find it weird that no one talked about it. But
Mm,
maybe that's not a big deal anymore. Maybe we're too evolved.
maybe it was swept under the rug. I don't know. That could be a thing too.
Murder hornets
Murder.
were, you know, a thing. And then they found that big nest in Washington or Oregon, and then they destroyed the whole thing. That was great.
Oh my god.
They went in with the Among Us suits, the spaceman
The
suits,
Among
and
Us
they just
suits.
tell the whole thing. They burned it. Like I love that. They've got to
Oh, I hope
get rid
Among
of
Us
those.
is in your 2020 wrap up somewhere.
Let me just
Let me just add it. You
there
didn't
we go. It's right there.
you didn't do like new video games that have been out. That's okay.
We,
You
you know
don't
what?
have to.
I'll on the fly, I'll just throw stuff in.
Okay,
But
we
this
could
is
do
the
that
bad
later.
news. This is the bad news
Right,
still.
right, right.
West Coast wildfires,
Oh god.
especially the one that started because of its stupid gender reveal. I mean, um, a lot of people got COVID, like famous people or politicians got COVID, so like Trump, Rudy Giuliani, our ex-mayor, whatever his name is,
Right.
Chris
Chris
Christie.
Christie, whatever
And
his name is.
I don't know, he's an asshole. I put this in the bad because I didn't want to say Trump getting COVID was good because it's once again indicative of our country not taking this seriously, that at least we're getting it.
Yep.
So it's bad news for what it means, but like
But
it's
people
like
that are
kind of,
assholes getting COVID?
yeah, it's like just karma does exist on some level, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And to wrap up the bad news, voter fraud.
Oh no. Is this bad news? It probably is.
In New Zealand, there was the Bird of the Year competition, and 1,500 votes were sent from the same email address in favor of the little spotted kiwi, which are being thrown out for voter fraud.
What? Oh.
So New Zealand is not getting the little spotted kiwi as the bird of the year because there was voter fraud. And that's the only place there was voter fraud in this election cycle. New Zealand.
Did you just trick me? You
Yes.
you tricked me and all of our listeners. How dare you?
I saw that article and I was like, it said voter fraud and it said bird of the year. And I'm like, I have to know.
I have to know.
And this person, one email address, sent in 1,500 votes for the little spotted kiwi to win bird of the year in New Zealand. And they were like, we got to throw them out. They're not real.
Oh my God. I can't believe this.
Let's move on to the
voter
good
fraud
news.
is real. Okay, yeah.
Prince Harry and Meghan Markle quit the royal family. And by quit, they stepped down as like senior members of the royal family. And this I like because I don't like there's so many logistic things you have to do apparently to be in the royal family and like the behaviors you have to know and the curtsying and the blah 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 blah. We don't need it anymore. It's archaic. It's like it's nonsense. I'm happy Prince Harry found a wife he likes and was like, you know what? I don't need the societal structures of royal family to be happy. I got my wife. I got my baby. I think they have a baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're out. They're out and they love it.
Yeah, I mean, I think the entire concept of royalty is archaic at this point, right? Like, we don't need leaders who are descended from blood. Like, that's not a requirement, I guess, to be a good leader. Or that's not like a prerequisite to be a good leader, right? You have to know what you're doing. You have to be intelligent and willing to help people, and royal families don't necessarily want to do that all the time. So I think the concept of royal family is archaic in the first place.
Yeah, except the King of Bhutan.
The King of Bhutan. Oh my God, we talked about the King of Bhutan in the last episode.
Moving on. The film Parasite swept at the Oscars early in the year. Parasite was a great film for anyone who hasn't seen it. It didn't come out in 2020, it came out in 2019, I think. But it was such a good movie. It won Best Picture, Best Director, Best Original Screenplay, and Best International Film. And people were upset because they were like, how does the Best International Film win the Best Picture? Shouldn't those two be like exclusive or separate or whatever? And I'm like, shut up.
Shut up.
You're just like racist at some level and don't want to say it because Parasite was a Korean film. So when it won Best Foreign International Film, people were like, well, that's the only one it should win. Then it won Best Picture, and they were like, that doesn't make sense. And I'm like, Best Picture is Best Overall Picture of all the film. Yeah, including the ones that don't appear in the United States.
There's definitely racism in there. I mean, come on.
It's such a good... That movie is so... I went to see that movie. I saw, like, part of a trailer. The first, like... half of it, 75% of it, you think it's one movie, and then one thing happens, and it turns into this whole other movie, and it's wild.
Oh.
Because it starts off as this kind of lighthearted, like, comedy family versus family thing, and then something happens, and you're like, why is this happening? And you're like, why is this still happening? And then it gets worse and worse and worse. It's beautifully, like, shot. And then there are all these people who are like, why should a film that's like doesn't have an English dub be like winning Best Picture? Because no one wanted to read subtitles, and I was like, get over it, just read the subtitles. Oh my God,
shows that have subtitles can still be good. Oh my God,
like you watch the dub of anime, so you can't really comment.
Okay,
on
but
that,
I like listening in English, but if I have to watch something in subtitles, I'll do it. I like having the subtitles on sometimes. It depends on what I'm watching. Like Game of Thrones, for example. Like I always have the subtitles on when I watch Game of Thrones because I can't hear anything ever in that show.
Because you're deaf, right?
Yeah, but other shows where it's like, there's certain dramatic suspense buildup where maybe reading the subtitles might spoil the moment.
Yes.
Then certain of those other shows I may want to not have the subtitles on. Like comedy shows, I feel like you don't really want to have them on because it kind of spoils the punchline.
Yeah, so I watch Haunting of Bly Manor, which we just talked about in the last episode. When I watch that with my boyfriend, we watch it at night because I want to be scared.
Right.
And then we watch it with the volume up very loud because he loves subtitles. And I'm like, no, because the subtitle will tell you like the person will say something, then like off screen groaning or like off screen screaming. Like, no, I want to have that in the moment experience of it. So I don't want the subtitles in that scenario. But obviously for a film like Parasite that's spoken in Korean and I don't know Korean, I need the subtitles.
Right.
So it was an amazing movie and it swept.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen Parasite. I don't even know what it's I told you this in the last episode too. Like, if you asked me if I've seen a movie, just any movie, 95% of the time, 90 to 95% of the time, I'm going to say I haven't seen it. Especially if it's an older movie. Like, if you ask me,
Yeah.
have you seen this classic movie from the 1980s? I'm going to be like, no. Like, no matter what it is. I'm like, no, I haven't seen it.
That's valid. Don't worry. When we get to the movie review section, you'll be really up to date on the movies of 2020.
Oh, will I? I have seen a lot of more recent movies. Ever since I started dating Troy, we go to the movies quite often. So I've seen a lot more recent movies. But, you know, old movies, I don't know anything. Know nothing about them.
That's totally valid. Totally valid. Black Lives Matter's protests, which are good because the protests are good. They're just not predicated on something that is good.
But what about all the rioting and the looting? Your face speaks volumes. I wish people on Spotify could see that.
Yeah, I do like people listening to us as a podcast, but sometimes our expressions are very, very accurate. So do both. Like when you're in the car going to work or like working out, listen to the podcast. But when you're just at your computer like doing work, but you want something playing on the side, watch the YouTube video. Perfect.
Yeah, you could see our expressions. They're some of them are priceless. Some of them are priceless.
I'm not going into what you just said because I'm not giving non-fact based lines of inquiry any time of day.
That's a good idea. Honestly, that is a good idea.
You want to see something that is fact based?
Yeah.
The death rumors of Kim Jong-un.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Because I put this in the good because he is a dictator. And I don't wish death on anyone outright. I don't wish death on him. I just think the rumors were very funny. Because here's this like icon of dictatorship who like for a short period of time wasn't seen or heard from. People thought like his sister was going to take over and apparently she's a bitch. So it would have been worse. Like maybe she killed him, but then he's alive again. And I was like on the edge of my seat. I was like, this is the B plot line that's finally picking up. Like I'm ready for it.
Oh my God. That was hilarious. Like I didn't find the fact that someone had died was funny. I thought that just the concept, like the whole controversy, like is he dead? Is he not? Is it?
That's what happens when you're in like a dictatorship, communist sort of regime where the government controls all the information. If the government's not giving the information, you can't know what's true or not.
Right.
So that's why, like in our country, if Trump died, everyone would know, and we'd know it to be fact. Like it would just get out immediately. But over there, everything is so regulated and controlled. Like that stuff can kind of just boil over as rumors, and that's wild.
Yeah, I just thought it was really funny. I also forgot that happened this year.
Biden and Harris becoming the presidential and vice presidential elect candidate, whatever. They're here now. They're here. They're queer. Well, they're not queer.
They're not
They're
queer.
here. They're ready to take over whenever Trump decides to dig himself out of the White House like a tick. That was great. I love that. I mean, was it the candidate I wanted? No.
No.
Is it better than Trump? Yes.
Yes.
And it's what it is.
It is what it is. No, a lot of people though see Trump losing as a bad thing. But hopefully the people listening to this podcast, like if you're listening to this podcast, you probably think of it as a good thing.
The title alone is a gateway to so many people. Like some people see gay and they're like, I'm not entering.
Not entering,
and
nope.
Most of those people are probably people that do support Republican ideas because they're homophobic, and that's a big Republican talking point. So we out of our 5 viewers, we don't have any Trumpers in them. Let's be honest.
I mean, I like being subjective in most of my analysis and my commentary. I try not to be biased, even though I am.
Right.
But when I'm looking at things and I'm looking at data and statistics, I like to not be biased as much as I can be.
Right.
But being that this is the What Do the Gays Think podcast, obviously we're going to have some more left views.
Yeah, there's always that unconscious implicit bias that no one can remove themselves from, unfortunately.
Yeah, so there it is. It is what it is.
Marianne Williamson and all of her memes.
Oh.
All of the crystal, witchy, like good vibes, like she's got a cauldron in her back pocket and she's brewing something to cure everyone in America and give them all love. Marianne Williamson is just peak like fever dream. I loved her. I love seeing her on stage just ramble about emotions and love because from a from a an orator perspective, like from a speaker, she does speak very well. And were our political debates more focused on like the emotional stability of our country and like the emotional values of our country, she'd probably do very well, but it's not.
But it's not.
So she played the fool a little bit out there, looked a little wild, but all the memes, all
Oh
the
my God.
crystals.
All the
I
crystals.
can't. I can't. I can't. It's amazing.
If anyone doesn't know, back when the Democratic political debates for the primary were happening earlier this year, January, before COVID, and we had Marianne Williamson was someone who was on the stage. I think she was there for maybe one debate. Like I don't even know if she was there for the second one. She was there for one.
Yeah,
though.
I definitely won at most two, and then she was gone.
Yeah, and she was just so funny because she honestly seemed like a hippie who
Yeah, 100%.
and she was all into like the crystals, and she definitely wasn't. She never said anything about crystals, but she
Just
gave
the
off that
vibe.
vibe. She
Yeah.
she gave off that vibe, and it was so funny.
uh, sorry. So the monoliths appearing randomly.
Oh my God,
I like that. I like that as good news because it's most likely some like Banksy motherfucker just out here planting monoliths for fun. But I'd like to connect this to what you said in the last episode about aliens. And I mean, what if the aliens are like, the United States government has gone too long without revealing us. We need to tell the people that we exist. We're gonna just do these like little sort of like subversive ways of telling the United States people that we exist. We're just gonna plant metal on different areas and then different countries and all this stuff. So I love the monoliths. I like mystery, and that's a mystery, and I love it.
Oh my God, my favorite thing is that people are saying that maybe the first couple could have been like randomly appearing, but then like the additional ones like popping up in other places that may have high traffic. Like there's one that popped up in like Vegas, and people are saying this one is so obviously planted,
Right.
to draw tourism to it, like obviously. But certain other ones that are in like bumblefuck locations, like who knows?
Yeah, the first one was in like the desert in Utah. Like, I think the only reason they saw it because there was a helicopter flying around, and they saw it and they were like, "What the fuck's that?" I don't know. So that was it. The rest of the good news is stuff I had to really look for because
Right.
there just wasn't good news. So
Yeah, this year has been quite a sad, somber, kind of year.
this is great. This was the headline. For rats that coat themselves in poison, these rodents are surprisingly cuddly.
What?
The African crested rat's fuzzy fur has hairs loaded with a poison that could purportedly fell an elephant. But these rats turn out to be social, affectionate creatures.
But then when
And
they
that was
try to
it.
cuddle, then they kill people, right?
Just like me.
When you try to cuddle, you kill
We
people.
out here dropping bodies. We out here dropping bodies.
Oh my God, Jesus.
A Swiss couple a Swiss couple named their newborn, I think it's pronounced Twifia or Twifia. I don't know.
What?
There is a Swiss internet company called Twi-Fi. They had an ad that said if you named your child after our company, we'll give you free Wi-Fi for 18 years. So they named their daughter, I assume daughter because it has the A at the end of it for like a female sounding name, but it could be a baby boy. So they named it Twifia, and all the savings that they have, because now they have free Wi-Fi, they're putting in a savings account for the child.
Oh, that's so sweet.
That's
That's a good headline.
Oregon police remind residents don't call 911 if you run out of toilet paper.
Oh my God, what?
Apparently, people in Oregon were running out of toilet paper during the early part of the pandemic and calling the police to have them deliver them toilet paper.
Oh my God. Honestly, mood.
And lastly, this sounds bad, but I love it.
Okay.
Southern Europe could lose $22 billion fighting a deadly olive tree disease.
Oh, a deadly
So
olive tree disease.
one of the labs I worked in worked with this disease. It's caused by a bacterium, Xylella fastidiosa. It has killed millions of olive trees in Italy and is now threatening Spain and Greece. It causes something called olive quick decline syndrome. basically these little bacteria get inside like leaves and branches and twigs. And there's the water transport. They just fill up the water transport so no water can get to the leaves and the tree starts to die because it overheats. So
Mm-hmm.
it gets cooked. So you'll have these whole sections of trees that just look brown and dead, and they'll just keep spreading over the entire tree until it all dies.
And this is
Now,
this is good news.
this is awful for like olive tree stuff. It's also awful for it affects other types of crops and stuff. But I used to work in the lab that worked with this. I didn't personally work on it, but I know about it, and I just love to see my girl out there thriving, like killing all those. I mean, it's awful. It's really bad. It's economically terrible, and we really should be finding a way to get rid of it because it also affects oak trees, and the
Oh
Jersey
no.
tree is the red oak or pin oak, red oak,
Right.
and all the red oak trees in Jersey are probably going to die from it. And
No,
there
I've
goes
heard
our
about
state
that.
tree.
Oh my god, I've
So
read that. I've read that article, like that there's a some sort of disease going on with the oak trees in New Jersey. So
yeah,
sad.
they're all dying. So that was the year in review, or the news in review for this year, I should say.
The news and review.
Uh, Now we are going to go into movies that I've seen, and we're gonna just blow right by these.
All right,
I'm
for each
gonna.
and every one of them, I want you to give me from 1 to 5
Oh, I have a
how
one
much.
to ten score.
Oh, okay, good. Okay, good.
Yeah. I found 1 to 5 was a little difficult. Okay, first one was The Grudge, which was, not a remake, but it was sort of like a sequel side. Like, it was like tangentially related to the other Grudge films. It's a horror film.
Mm-hmm.
Has one good shot in it, and the rest of it was bad. So,
Oh,
3 out of 10.
oh, oh.
Like a Boss was a comedy with Rose Byrne and Tiffany Haddish, and it was really funny. It tries to show the depth of a female relationship between two women, especially those that work together. And Tiffany Haddish alone, or Haddish, I don't remember how to pronounce her last name. She was great in it. So alone, you could just see it for her. But Rose Byrne and Salma Hayek are great in it. So I gave it a 6 out of 10.
Nice.
I liked it. Bad Boys for Life. My dad wanted to see this film.
Mm.
It leans heavily on the like old guys trying to be relevant trope. Um,
Oh.
Two saving graces. There's a witch in it.
Hello.
Not like a confirmed witch, but they call her the witch, and she apparently has like abilities, but like it doesn't actually say she's a real witch, but she's a witch. And Will Smith's character has a son in it, and he's really hot.
Oh.
Like he's so hot. 4 out of 10. They
I think I
only
saw
get
that one.
they only get the 4 because of the witch and Will Smith's son in the film. If not, it would have been a 1 or a 0. The Turning, which is based on the book or the short story Turn of the Screw or whatever. It's a horror film. It was awful. It was awful. You should just watch Haunting of Bly Manor because it's the same story, but it's adapted way better. I love the
Oh.
actress Mackenzie Davis. She's in this film, but it was terrible. 1 out of 10. Would not recommend.
Oh. Okay. I won't watch it.
The rhythm section, I wanted this movie to be better. It has Blake Lively in it as the main character. Her family dies and she wants to go on a quest for revenge. And I love a good, strong female protagonist that kills people.
Right.
She's pretty good in it too. She sells it as like this kind of like now depressed alcoholic woman whose family is dead and she wants to get revenge, whatever. But it just wasn't enough like compelling reasons to be invested in the plot. So I gave it a 5 out of 10.
Okay. I also won't watch it.
Birds of Prey. I love anything DC Batman related, so I'm biased in this film. Um, I loved it was female led. I loved all of the female leads. I just didn't like one of them who played the character Cassandra Cain because she wasn't the character. They just like took her name, put it in the film, but the character itself had nothing to do with the comic character. So they basically just could have invented a new character and not used Cassandra Cain's name in it at all because she wasn't the character at all. Cassandra Cain is like this mute badass fighter, and this girl was just an annoying thief. I don't
Wow.
know. It was garbage. But
DC, what you doing?
Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn, she could they put her in anything and I'll see it. I love her as Harley Quinn. She's amazing. They had Huntress Canary and that Detective Montoya character were all great, but Cassandra Cain really just did not do it for me.
Oh.
Ewan McGregor plays the villain Black Mask, and there's another villain named Victor Zsasz. they're gay. I don't care what anyone says. They're
Oh,
gay. They're gay. They're gay. They're gay. They're gay. And
say it again.
I think yeah, they're gay. So my biased rating is 7 out of 10. My unbiased rating is 5 out of 10.
Oh, bias rating. I love that.
Well, I tried to, I try my best, like we were just saying, to not be biased.
Yeah, as best you can, you know.
The Lodge was a horror film that had so much potential, but it disappointed me, sadly.
Hmm.
Basically, two children trigger their dad's new girlfriend's PTSD. That leads her to become like psychotic. So really the kids are the ones at fault. And just another reminder of why kids are terrible and I don't like them.
Oh,
Uh so the reveal at the end, or not even the reveal, like the buildup is not surprising. Like they hint at all these different things. It's kind of like I knew this was gonna happen. And I felt bad for the dog because there's a dog in it and the dog dies.
no, I don't want to see any movie where the dog dies. 0 out of 10 from me. I haven't even seen it.
There's one thing though. So I keep noticing dollhouse motifs. The film Hereditary, this film The Lodge, and the series The Haunting of Bly Manor all use a dollhouse to show how certain things are going to occur or where certain characters are within the actual house that they're in. So they always have dollhouses where characters are, where ghosts are, like or like where actions are going to happen or how they're going to play out. And it's kind of a way to, hint at what's about to happen. But too many people are using it. It's got to stop. 5 out of 10.
5 out of 10.
To all the boys I love, P.S. I love you. I still love you. Oh my god. This is a Netflix film. It's a sequel to All the Boys I've Loved or whatever. Fuck, I don't know what it's called, but it's the sequel.
Right.
No, just no.
Uh,
Absolutely not. I am tired of seeing films where the main character is a woman and her biggest issue is what boy she has to pick. I'm
oh.
tired of it. I'm not saying that as like I'm the target audience as a female. I'm obviously not. But I'm tired of seeing characters, especially female characters, where their biggest struggle is, what boy do I choose?
Yeah,
like, can't they have anything deeper? Like, can't they have anything
we
deeper
need
than
more
that?
complex female storylines that do not revolve around a man. The patriarchy, I'm bringing it back.
Listen, I suggest people watch the film Booksmart. That is a film about two girls in high school who are friends that actually deals with their friendship, their decisions to go to like very difficult colleges, and them trying to, at their last night of being high school students, have a good time and be fun, even though they've been nothing but like rigorous studiers and whatever. And it's LGBTQ plus friendly. That film is amazing. That shows women, young women who have complex relationships, and actually is hilarious. This film, trash, 2 out of 10. Do not recommend.
Hey Pat, I have a question for you.
Yes.
Is any movie on this list good?
Yes. Don't worry, I'm gonna get to some. Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh,
Lovely. It's just lovely. It's lighthearted fun. It's like you're non-committal. You could just go in and just kind of like sit back and relax. The new design they gave him is great. Jim Carrey as Robotnik is perfect. 8 out of 10. Amazing.
Wow,
I loved it.
See, a good movie. I actually saw that one, and I agree. Very good. I give it 9 out of 10.
Downhill with. Do you know who Julia Louis-Dreyfus is from Seinfeld or Veep?
No, I do not.
She's amazing as a comedic actor and a serious actor, but she's great as a comedic actor. She needs a chiropractor because she carried the whole film.
Ooh.
The whole film. Like, this is a remake of an apparently superior, like, Swedish film or something I read. Some foreign film that they remade as an American film.
Mm-hmm.
That one's better. This one's not that great. But it has good moments. But she's so good in it. I love her. 5 out of 10 just for her alone.
Oh, wow. Amazing.
The Invisible Man. This was the best horror thriller movie of the year.
Oh, really? I saw trailers of this and I didn't see it.
That's the thing. The trailer was ass. I saw the trailer and was like, this movie's gonna suck. This movie's gonna be garbage. And I like the main actress. I can't remember her name. I like her a lot. And I was like, this movie looks terrible. Like, this is awful. What are they doing? And then I saw the movie. I saw it like 2 to 3 times. I loved every minute of it.
Oh, wow.
It's like great cast, great tension, great build up. It's a female-led film. She gets so like psychologically traumatized in it, but she comes out the other end great, strong, powerful woman. There's a shot of her at the end where she's like walking and she's got like this amazing coat suit on. It's like really dark and dreary behind. It's just 9 out of 10. If
Wow.
not 10 out of 10, just as like a really good movie, but 9 out of 10 because I have to, temper
Oh my
my
god.
love for it.
I should see it then. I wasn't gonna see it because I thought it looked terrible, but I
Oh no,
guess I
it
should see
is.
it.
It's so good. The Hunt was wild. It's called The Hunt. Wild, dumb fun. It's a bit on the nose because it's doing a lot of dialogue between like liberals and conservatives, but basically it's about a bunch of conservatives hunting liberals for sport.
Oh my. Hello?
Um, there's a lot of like, it's just like dumb violence and dumb fun, but it's a little on the nose. It's kind of campy, but it's fun. Like I left the movie theater thinking, wow, that I didn't waste my time, so I gave it a 7 out of 10.
Oh, wow.
Extraction. Chris Hemsworth plays a hot, emotionally, psychologically damaged soldier, and it is fun. 7 out of 10.
Oh,
Good time.
all right.
But watch Atomic Blonde with Charlize Theron, and I think that's a superior film.
Oh, ooh. All right.
Uh, The Wretched was a horror film. I didn't even finish it.
Oh, was it that bad?
I think, I don't know. I just was busy. 6 out of 10 for what I've seen.
You were busy, so you didn't finish it.
The Lovebirds on Netflix is a really good comedy film. And it is marketed as two people who are in love have like a really bad day and they like get thrown into like some criminal investigation. It's actually about two people who used to be in love and are like at the end of their ropes with each other and how they get into a criminal investigation and have to go solve it and try to like piece their relationship back together.
They get into a criminal investigation?
Yeah, some guy hijacks their car and runs a man over, and then they are thought to be the prime suspects who ran the guy over. It's wild.
Oh my
It's eight
god.
out of ten. Issa Rae and Kumail Nanjiani are amazing in it. The Old Guard on
Eh,
Netflix is a 7 out of 10. It has Charlize Theron in it, and she's just perfect. I love her. But the great thing about this movie, it's about immortal people, and one of the new immortal people they find is a black woman, and there's something extremely gratifying and like potent about seeing a black woman being shot and then not dying in current events.
wow.
So I think this film was made at a really good time because you see this strong black woman get like shot, exploded, like she just gets wrecked and she just keeps getting back up. That image is very pleasing to see.
Oh, hell yeah.
um
Especially after this year.
yeah, so I was like, oof. I'm thinking of Ending Things is a 3 out of 10 on Netflix because it's too confusing and very boring.
Oh, that's the name of a film. I'm thinking of ending
I'm
things.
thinking it's based on a book. Apparently, the book is really good. The movie, it's too psychedelic, too psychological. I was sitting there like, when are we gonna end? So I
Right.
cannot think about it ever again.
You're thinking about ending things when you're watching
I
it.
yes, I am. Run is a Hulu film with Sarah Paulson, and she doesn't do her scream crying thing in the film, which is great. Well, she does it a little bit at the beginning, but not really. The first 50 to 75% of the film, I really liked. That last fourth, really hated it. 6 out of 10.
Oh,
And lastly, for the movies, Happiest Season, which is the big lesbian Christmas film on Hulu.
yes.
Um, I love the supporting cast more than the main cast.
Oop.
Um, Kristen Stewart's character, the other main character, actually is better than the Mackenzie Davis. Once again, I love her to pieces, but she's really letting me down with these characters she's
Oh
playing.
no.
I'm definitely of the group that thinks Kristen Stewart should have gotten with Aubrey Plaza's character. Whatever. That's
Oh
not
my
what.
god,
That's not
Aubrey
what happened.
Plaza's in that movie too. I love Aubrey
But
Plaza.
at what point the parents don't like? Because the whole thing is the parents don't know that Kristen Stewart's character is gay. That's not a
Right.
spoiler. They just don't know. Kristen Stewart's outfits could not be any more lesbian.
Oh.
The last outfit she wears, she walks in the room. I was with Kel, he can confirm. She walks in, my jaw dropped. I was like, she looks so good. I want to wear that. She
Oh.
had like the pantsuit jacket that was open with like a deep U, like the undone tie, and she's like leaning up against the bar with like her whiskey or whatever. I'm just like, I want to wear that. It looks like a lesbian, but it looks so good. So good.
Is the heterosexual in you coming out?
No, the gay man that loves the feminine side of myself. That's the one that's coming out.
Oh hell
I
yeah.
don't wanna do her. I wanna look like her.
Oh yeah. It's like the jealousy kind of thing. Like I want to look like that person.
Yes.
I want
Seven
to
out
look
of
like
10.
you.
7 out of 10. What? Wait, what?
I said I want to look like you.
Oh, why? Like an ugly twink?
No, I thought I was the ugly twink.
No, none of us are ugly. Oh wait, what? How long have you been recording?
Um, for this episode, we've been going for 40 minutes.
Oh my God. All right. This episode is gonna run just like a smidge longer.
Okay. Okay, give it to me.
Now we're on the last segment, which is just music. Uh, I'm gay, so it's gonna be a lot of female
Yeah,
artists.
thanks for letting me know.
It's gonna be female artists. Um, so Selena Gomez released her album Rare, which is like after 5 years of no Selena Gomez, she could have released shit and it would have been like, hey, she's got a new album out.
Yeah, girl, Selena Gomez.
6 out of 10. It's good, but it's just good.
Oh.
Best song would be like Dance Again, Vulnerable, Cut You Off, something like that. It's like you just listen to it, it's a fine album. Kesha released High Road. Kesha was so robbed for her last album because her last album was perfect, 10 out of 10. She might have peaked. So this album could never compare. Like that last album was just gold, 100%.
Oh my God.
So
Kesha's, let me tell you, Kesha's Praying, like, is
that album,
such a good song. Such a good song.
that album robbed at every award. Robbed. I'll never get over it. The moment I found out the VMAs or whatever music Grammys was rigged, that
Was it rigged?
She didn't win anything for it, I don't think.
Oh, she should have.
I don't even know if she was nominated in some of the categories, but she should have. So this was never going to be as good as that. But it's still very much in the same vein as that album, where it's not as much dance pop club music. It's more of like her new sound. 7 out of 10. Could have been better just because the last album was so good.
Mm-hmm.
Best songs are like Raising Hell, Tonight, My Own Dance, Kinky. I love the album actually, but 7 out of 10 because I have to be objective.
Well, yeah. I mean, when you set your expectations so high after that last album.
Yeah. Oh God. This album by Dua Lipa is the best album of the year. 10 out of 10, 100% will never get. This is the hill I will die on. I will die on this hill. Her second album, this is her second album, Future Nostalgia, is amazing start to finish. Wow. It's short. I like a short album. It's only like 11 tracks or 12 tracks or something like that. Everyone says like a lot of the songs sound the same, but that's because she's giving you a whole cohesive package. This like dance pop disco sound. 10 out of 10. Every song. If COVID hadn't happened, clubs would be blasting Don't Start Now and Physical constantly.
Oh no.
So
I haven't heard any of these songs. I'm gonna need to go back and listen to them.
I'm telling you, there's like one song called Boys Will Be Boys, which is the weakest, but it's still good. The whole album. Physical and Don't Start Now and what's that other song? Good in Bed. 10 out of 10.
Girl.
Hayley Williams released her debut solo album called Petals for Armor. She was in Paramore previously.
Oh, right,
well, she still is, but they're not doing a Paramore album. It's her own solo album. It's very alternative, so it's very different. 7 out of 10 because it's very different, but it's also very good. Sugar on the Rim, which is one of the songs, is a gay anthem. It's a total gay song. I don't know why, it just is. So I don't make the rules. I just abide by them.
I mean, certain songs, they vibe with the gay community.
Lady Gaga released Chromatica, so I mean, she gave you like a whole different vibe. I mean, not whole different, but it's very unique. It's a whole era for her. It's separated into, usually people separate into 3 segments. Chromatica 1, 2, and 3. 2 and 3, those sections of the album are amazing. 1, not so much. But there's a song Replay on the album, and it's the best song on the album. 100%. I've listened to it every day. Every day. On my Spotify Wrapped, I'm pretty sure it was the first song there. Because it's about her PTSD and how like sometimes when you're triggered, you replay every traumatic experience that's ever happened to you, but she makes it this fun dance song. But the worst song on the album though is Alice, and I don't know why the gays love this song. I think it's boring. I think Alice in Wonderland metaphor homage is overplayed. I'm not here for it. But it's a great album. 8 out of 10.
Wow, destroy that last song though. Alice is what it's called?
Alice is it's the first song too. Right after the intro music for Chromatica 1, it's the first song, and I'm like, also the transition from Chromatica 2 to 911 is iconic, and it always will be until I die.
Oh yes, all the memes. I love them all.
This is the first male artist, or male led, I guess. Neon Trees is I Can Feel You Forgetting Me. They hadn't put out an album in like 6 years, so once again, they could have put out shit, and I still would have been like, there it is.
There it is.
7 out of 10. It's very like chill, relaxed music. Skeleton Boy, Mess Me Up are great songs, but whatever. Then there's Taylor Swift. Released Folklore, and the album is weird because it's very different from what she did. But like, I love it to pieces. It's not pop, it's not country, it's very folk music, it's very relaxed alternative music. I listen to it in the shower, at work, when I'm cleaning.
Oh.
And it's 9 out of 10. Amazing.
When you have your French maid outfit on?
Yes, when I'm backwards with the feather duster. I'm cleaning, sir. Look at me.
I'm
cleaning. I dropped something. Wait.
Oh no.
No. I want to walk into the woods with my flannel knitted clothing, find my witch's hut, and brew a potion to the songs on this album.
What a weird analogy. Okay, I'm vibing with it. Fine.
9 out of 10. So then there was WAP, which is not an album, but it's a single. And WAP is 10. I'm not even gonna explain it. 10 out of 10, perfect single. Megan Thee Stallion, Cardi B, or it's 10 out of 10, done.
Iconic.
Smile by Katy Perry. I like Katy Perry.
Okay.
I want to just put that out there.
Okay.
I like her as an artist, and I like her as a person.
Wow.
But
is that controversial? Is that a controversial viewpoint?
But we can all agree she peaked at Teenage Dream and has never hit the same level of achievement.
You are absolutely correct.
So this new album is all right. Because the singles for it, Never Really Over, Harley's in Hawaii, Small Talk, even though Small Talk didn't even end up on the album, were all good. And I was like, oh, this era of Katy Perry sounds fun. And then she released this album, and I was like, she lied to me.
She lied to me. No.
She did me so dirty. It's a 5 out of 10. It was lukewarm.
Oh, lukewarm. I love that.
The band Nightly released their first full album, Night Love You. 4 out of 10.
Oh, okay.
I've seen them live twice, and I love them, but I love all their old original EP singles. They released this album, and I was like, I listened to it once, and I haven't listened to it again because I was like, I feel betrayed.
Here we go. I should be writing these down. I should be listening to new music.
It's on the Google Doc.
Oh, I'm about it because during this whole COVID thing, I haven't really listened to music.
I'll put these in order of what you should listen to them in.
I mean, I listen to music in the car, and I don't drive that much anymore, so maybe that's why.
Right.
I'll take a look at the Google Doc, and I'll look at what you got on there.
All right, we're in our last 5. Positions by Ariana Grande.
Oh.
This is her 3rd consecutive album. Like, each year she just releases one now. This is the 3rd one, the 3rd year. And unlike Taylor Swift and Katy Perry and Gaga, who like to give you eras, she's just like, I'm just going to keep giving you music. So, like, there's so much overlap between this, Thank You Next, and Sweetener. But this is the sex album. This is her, like, I'm laying down on my bed, I've got my lingerie on, I'm putting on some music, I've undone my ponytail, I'm ready for lovemaking. It's very sensual, vibey, moody music, and it's pretty good. She has so much popularity that she could just keep pumping out music, it doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
So 7 out of 10. It's not, out of the 3 recent albums, it's not the best, but it's still pretty good. Unfortunately, all the featured people, all those songs are garbage, so sorry.
Oh.
The drag queen Katya released an album called Vampire Fitness. It's wild. It's crazy. 7 out of 10. I love every second of it, but it's also really weird and I don't like some of it, but it's also very enjoyable.
All right, I'm into it.
Plastic Hearts by Miley Cyrus. This is amazing. 7 out of 10, but it's amazing. It's a very solid 7 out of 10 because it's very like trying to bring like rock elements into it as opposed to her like previous pop and country elements. She's got like Stevie Nicks, Joan Jett, Billy Idol vibes, and they're like featured on the album as well. The song What the Fuck Do I Know is perfect. It's perfection. It's the first song of the album. It's the best song on the album. It's perfection. 7 out of 10.
I'm glad. Miley coming back.
Yeah, I think. My mom was like, I don't like this. And I'm like, thanks, Mom.
A lot of people got bad vibe from Miley after Wrecking Ball. A lot of people that I know.
Yeah.
But I'm living for it. I'm living for it.
I love it. And lastly, the last album was also Taylor Swift. She released 2 albums this year.
Taylor.
This is Evermore, the squeakquel to Folklore. So she released Folklore, and she's like, all right, guys, it's been a few months. It's my birthday. I like to give you eras, but when we did folklore, we just liked it so much we went deeper on this folky vibe. She shouldn't have done it.
Oh no.
Here we are. It's not as good as folklore. I'm sorry. It's too long. It doesn't have that same unique sound because it's very similar to folklore. Folklore is brand name. Evermore is Great Value.
Right.
For people who don't know, Great Value is like the Walmart brand.
Oh.
Folklore is that Fruit Loops, the Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Lucky Charms. Evermore is like the marshmallow with cereal brand.
Right.
Like it's garbage.
The one you get the ShopRite brand of Lucky Charms.
Yes, there are a few good songs: Champagne Problems, Gold Rush, No Buy, No Crime, Happiness, Ivy, Dorothea, Cowboy Like Me. The worst songs, and only a few albums do I actually put worst songs because I have to hate them to really want them to be there.
Oh, right.
Coney Island and the title track Evermore are so bad, and it's not even her fault. It's the male voices that she's featured on the album. The National is on Coney Island, and his lines are just his voice. Not doing it. I hate a male vocal. I love female vocals. Maybe that's it.
Oh.
And then Evermore featured Bon Iver. Now, on her first album, Folklore, Bon Iver actually was featured on a song that I really like. He's got this very deep, sultry voice, and I was like, ooh, I love a deep voice. I love a deep, manly voice to tell me what to do when I'm in my maid outfit.
Oh, in my maid outfit.
But in my maid outfit. He's on the title track Evermore, and he makes a choice. He makes a choice, and it doesn't work.
Oh, no.
He puts his voice in an octave where it should not be. Too high.
Oh.
He's like, I don't know, like someone had him by the balls, and he was just like up there.
Oh, he's got to get that good baritone in, not that too high.
I want her to redo the songs with just her voice, because her parts are great. Her voice, when it stays in her range, is lovely. She tries to move it sometimes, and I'm like, maybe don't do that. But where in her lane, she's great. And these two tracks, I want to die when I listen to them. This is a 6 out of 10 because it's reminiscent to folklore, so I'll give it points for being folky and alternative and blah, 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 blah. And I still want to go in the woods with my witch broom cauldron shit and make some potions. But it's not as good as folklore. And that was all the music and movies that I had. There was obviously more, but I couldn't, get all of it. So those are the ones that I've heard, listened to. And if someone's interested in this, I could like post this to Twitter.
Oh yeah,
I can make like a list and post it to Twitter, and then if anyone, all our 5 followers, have any suggestions for things that also came out that I didn't talk about, or their ratings of the movies and albums, they should comment, their little opinions, because I love your opinions.
Oh yeah, specifically the 2020 albums that have come out. If you don't follow us on Twitter, it's WDTGT Podcast. Yes. And I'll put it up on the screen, and I'll also put it down in the description for you to click on and go give us a follow on Twitter. Send us some tweets. We love seeing your feedback to our podcast.
Slide into my DMs.
Oh well, I don't know about that.
No, just direct it towards me, Pat, and then Matt won't have to look at it.
Oh well, I'm gonna look at it anyway because I'm nosy as fuck. But
well, fair.
So yeah, definitely follow us on Twitter. If you're listening on YouTube, go ahead and give us a comment as well. We love looking at the YouTube comments. Yes. Also like and subscribe to the channel. And if you are listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, go ahead and give us a rating.
Yes, all of it. Please.
Gotta plug it in. Gotta give us a plug. Did you have more to talk about?
No, that was it. I got through the news. I got through the movies. I got through the music. I know that was a lot, but 2020 was a lot.
2020 was a lot. We didn't even talk about the video games. Maybe we'll make another episode about that.
Oh, right. But yeah, once again, just a side note, Dua Lipa's album is the best album of the year. I don't care what the VMAs or Grammys said. I don't care what anyone said. I'll fight people.
You'll fight them.
I'll lose because I'm physically inept and I'm a skeleton, but I will fight people.
I just want to point out that my camera is once again really dark.
I know. I was looking at you. I was like, is he still there? I think I've lost him.
And I did open the window to try to get more light in here. But, I might have to get some light equipment for when we record these. I don't know. I'll have to see what my new office looks like when I go to the new place.
I'm excited. I want you to decorate it and get it all bedazzled for me.
Oh my god, yeah, I'll get like a nice background. I'll put some rainbows in the background for everybody, you know.
Oh, that'd be sweet. I just have my workout equipment and some boxes and a disheveled bed and a weird closet where I keep my bodies.
Look, we can't all have amazing recording studios, can we?
None of us can, apparently.
This is our podcast is the the Walmart brand podcast. So
The great value.
the great value.
Oh, when anyone ever asks, how would you describe your podcast? They're like, it's like great value. You know, it'll get you through the day, but you're not going to enjoy it as much as a brand name.
Oh my god, no. We should be hyping up our podcast on our podcast.
We are brand name. We are totally brand name.
Oh my god, we're definitely brand name. We're the Fruit Loops of podcasts. I mean, just look at the logo up there. You see it? That's like Fruit Loops right there.
It's fruity, yeah.
It's very fruity. Okay, let's sign off here. We've already gone a little bit too far on this one.
I had too much to say.
You did. You had so much. You know what? I loved every single second of it, and I have a whole bunch of music to go listen to now as well. Perhaps some movies to. I think I've seen most of the good ones that you talked about. Not much of the bad ones, but I definitely have new music to listen to, so that should be good.
Yes.
All right, anyway, let's go ahead and sign off here. Thanks everybody for watching. Do everything that I mentioned about social media previously.
Yes, please.
I'm Matt Klubeck.
And I'm Dua Lipa's second album, Future Nostalgia, which is a 10 out of 10. Patrick.
All right, thanks everybody.
Goodbye.